How's it going, people? It is Liam Catterson here with another episode of Supernatural, as we're on episode number 7 for this first season, where these last couple of episodes pretty have upped the ante, and the last episode was quite horrific, wasn't it? It was an intense episode. We had a shapeshifter amongst us, and it was just very, very thrilling, but also very, very creepy as well. So yeah, I really loved how things proceeded with the last episode, but yeah, I'm looking forward to continuing the show. It's been superb so far, so I am excited to get into episode 7. So with that said, let's get into this episode of Supernatural. Let's go.
See you later. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. There's nothing you wouldn't do.
Wow. Wow. Is she gonna die first? Dude, she said no.
Hey, I mean it. What was that?
Oh boy. Oh, it just vanishes as well. Great. I don't like this, folks. I'm not gonna lie, it's creeping me out. Just book it out of here. Just book it. Don't just stand. Holy shit.
Lori's a freshman. She's a local. Super hot. And get this. She's a reverend's daughter.
You wouldn't happen to know which church, would you?
I don't know if this has got something to do with
of the young man who perished. And my personal prayers
some,
of thanks
like
go out as well,
this kind of
because
scenario.
believe
I don't
he
know.
died trying to protect my daughter.
I was scared. I guess I was seeing things.
That doesn't mean it wasn't real.
You could fight to Sam about this.
So you believe her?
I do.
Yeah, I think she's hot too.
No, man. There's
Oh, for
something in
crying
her
out
eyes.
loud.
And been 4 good years of your life, huh?
Welcome to higher education.
He's getting a fill-in on Sam's shoes, I guess.
1862, a preacher named
is pretty
Jacob
apt.
Collins was arrested for murder. Looks like he was so angry over the red light district in town that one night he killed 13 prostitutes. Right here, some of the deceased were...
Salt being a spirit deterrent.
Yeah. It won't kill him.
But it will sting like a bitch.
You and Dad think of this? I told you. You don't have to be a college graduate to be a genius.
That's true.
Knees, come on, do it. On your knees. Now get it out of your bellies. Come on, do it. He had the gun.
These boys just never have that capacity to weave their way from authorities, do they? Oh my god, that is fucking creepy. No! No, no, no! That is... Okay, so... Turn on the... Oh my... Okay, that's a... Not only was it just hiding in a very creepy place, but that's a creepy message itself.
By rock salt, you know, typical Hell Week prank. He believed you? Well, you look like a dumbass pledge.
Oh! Oh!
Madam, come here. This is a long way from 9 Mile Road.
Maybe he's not haunting the scene of his crime. Maybe it's about something else.
Person. As if she's cursed.
Dude, sorority girls. Think we'll see a naked pillow fight? Nah.
Oh, sorry. Hey, be quiet. Me be quiet. You be quiet.
Brothers, right? How did this guy not hear that squeak?
A religion who openly preaches against immorality. Except, maybe this time, instead of saving the whole town, he's just trying to save his only daughter.
Reverend Sorensen. You think he's summoning a spirit?
Maybe.
Had a freaking feeling.
Or, you know how a poltergeist can haunt a person instead of a place?
Yeah, the spirit latches onto the Reverend's repressed emotions, feeds off them, yeah, okay.
Without the Reverend ever even knowing it.
Yeah.
That's it. Next time, I get to watch the cute girl's house. Goodbye, preacher.
Just waiting for something to backfire so badly.
No one will
Backfire,
talk to
get
me
it.
anymore. Except you. He's seeing a woman. A married woman. I just found out.
Oh shit.
She comes to our church with her husband. I know her kids. And he talks to me about religion, about morality.
Someone's not being faithful.
It's like on one hand, you know, just do what you want and be happy.
Oh shit. Oh my god, and I'm just thinking to Sam, but...
Sam?
Lori, I can't.
I'll come in when I'm ready.
Oh! Yeah, I knew this wasn't gonna simmer down. Fuck.
Okay, Dad, it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah. I think I had the feeling as soon as there was that talk about him seeing a married woman.
Talking. And Lori's dad came out. Said about the immorality of it. She told me she was raised to believe if you do something wrong, you get punished.
Okay,
And
so
he did
she's
something
conflicted.
wrong.
And the spirit of Preacher Carnes is latching onto her repressed emotions, and maybe he's doing the punishing for her, huh?
Right. Rich comes on too strong. Taylor tries to make her into a party girl. Dad has
Yes!
Remind me not to piss this girl off. So like the bones, the hook is the source of his power.
So if we find the hook,
We stop the hook, man.
Mm-hmm. High five! High five! Okay, no.
I'll take the house.
Okay. Hey. Stay out of her underwear drawer.
Bloody wow! I love that though. Dean gave Sam the room to comfort her.
I was so angry at my father. Part of me wanted him punished. And then he came and he punished him.
It's not
The same with the guy who
It
didn't
is.
recognize that
I don't
consent
know
was
how,
key.
but it is. I killed Rich. Taylor too. I knew
Oh! Oh! Oh shit! Wait. I was gonna say, they're burning everything silver. Is she wearing? That might be...
He said it was a church heirloom. He gave it to me when I started school.
Is it silver?
Yes!
Let's go, folks. Let's go. Burn like the One Ring. Jeez.
We fought him off, and then he ran.
And that's all.
Yeah, that's all.
Listen, you and your brother.
Oh, don't worry. We're leaving town.
I just love the fact that I've done this shit before. I don't have the time. time to get moving onwards. I do love how Dean knows and he's trying to look out for him. It is nice. So yeah, really enjoyable stuff with this episode. Like I said, I feel like these past 3 episodes in particular have been really incredible, especially when we're focusing on the monster of the week as well, because I feel like the sinister levels are just there. With Bloody Mary, with the shapeshifter, especially with how it's shedded as well, was and I think this episode showcased no difference, especially delving into the legend of the Hookman and just seeing how sinister it was, how it was teleporting, just the way it was haunting Laurie. And yeah, it was really, really great to just speculate in this episode as well, because I was there just thinking, especially with how Laurie was getting lectured by her father, and how you had her, I mean, obviously the guy in the beginning, he seemingly didn't understand what consent meant, but it's still an idea of Laurie living her life, I guess, in terms of her being with her like besties and going to these parties, etc. And you saw the argument. So I was thinking something along the lines of, okay, it's got something to do with the father, especially when they speculated about the fact that he could be doing this deliberately, or especially since he's disapproving of Laurie living her own life, etc., as opposed to what he is suggesting, or he's saying these things, but he's not. He doesn't know that he's summoning the Hookman. So, yeah, but it was. You gotta feel so bad for what I really do like, as much as I felt so bad for Laurie, because if you have 2 deaths between Rich, I think his name was, and then Taylor in the span of many days, you're gonna feel this curse. So, and that didn't exactly help matters when her father nearly died. So. But I did like the fact that we had this bond between Sam and Laurie, and for a couple of reasons. Because I've said it before that there is this cloud over Sam's shoulder in regards to what happened to his mother, in regards to what happened to Jess. And it's the same here with Laurie. She feels like she is being cursed because she feels responsible for what happened to Taylor, what happened to Rich, and nearly what happened to her father. So. And that was especially elaborated on when it was kind of revealed that all that suppressed disapproval from Laurie was summoning the Hookman, if anything, with her trying to shrug off Rich because he's a bit of a dick. So yeah, with Taylor, with that pressure with Taylor and how she was just like not on board, and then Taylor got the sharp end of things, I guess you could say, and then of course the disagreements with her father, well, especially when it came to the subject that he was seeing a married woman, which is a big no-no. So yeah, so you can't really blame Laurie for feeling like she's cursed, and I've mentioned it before with Sam being feeling this curse, and there is that connectivity, isn't there? So whereas if you had Laurie share most of the scenes with Dean, it wouldn't really resonate as much. So that's why her resonating with Sam is good in one sense, and in another sense, it there is a bit of hope for Sam, but there is that kind of moving on stage for Sam in a sense, but there is also that vulnerability that it's baby steps, and he is not fully ready, but he is at least trying to move on in a semblance, and is trying to think of the idea that it's okay for him to potentially see other people, to have sentiments in that regard, two other people, but he's not fully there yet, understandably. I don't know how long it's been since Jess died, and you got to think they've probably been together for such a long time. I don't know how long, but there is that. Well, it's not just the fact that there seemingly is this pain that that he lost someone who had a big part of his heart with, who had a big part of his heart. But it's also the fact that it's deja vu from his mother's death. So yeah. But yeah, I did like the fact that there is that connectivity with both Laurie and Sam, that there is that parallel, and the fact that they feel cursed, and the fact that Sam has this opportunity to try and test the waters, and is. I mean, there is going to be that weight for him as well. Like, is this okay for me to try and have some kind of affection for someone, etc.? Does it feel right? Does it feel wrong, etc.? And it's a fact for this chance for him to be happy, but he's not fully there yet, understandably. But what I do love is Dean is looking out for him, even if he's not what's the word I'm looking for, even if he's discreet, should I say, about his support for Sam. It's there. We see in certain shots he's worried for Sam, and I really love that, because it's that support of he knows the pain that Sam went through in terms of how he's sensing that hurt from Sam, and he does want him to be happy. And he's also worried because it's also that same question, is he ready to move on and all that. So and he's worried that about any kind of potential hurt and any kind of worries that Sam might have subconsciously, because obviously with Jess, as I've said, it's that relationship was pretty serious for them two, and it's all about baby steps. So he's gonna, he's being that older brother, he's being that older protective brother, which I really love. So I really did love how there were moments where you saw Sam and Laurie being very close, and you had Dean just looking out in terms of worry, in terms of concern, and being that protective older brother. So yeah. I also really liked how Dean essentially had a step in Sam's shoes as well, like when they were in a terrain that was more familiar with Sam than it was for Dean. And I say that because obviously Sam was brought back into the fold in terms of the whole supernatural life, as we know from the beginning of the season. And so this is a kind of a role reversal as of sorts, where they're in an environment that is more, that Sam was accustomed to after he moved on from the whole supernatural gig. So yeah, I was just thinking that throughout this episode, it's a case of how the turntables essentially for Dean. So yeah, but I did really like that, because it's a change of terrain for Dean, and you even had little comments. Is this how life was for you? So yeah. But yeah, I really thought this was a great episode. The Hook Man, definitely very creepy, as I've mentioned. So yeah, I am really excited to see what the next episode does provide us with, because like I said, it's a case of me becoming more and more compelled with these episodes. I mean, obviously we got your Monsters of the Week, but it is becoming more and more compelling, and I'm excited to see where future episodes do delve into. So, but I did like this focus on Sam in this episode, with how there is that feeling that I can take a chance and see if I'm able to be able to move on. But of course, there's also that guilt, especially since we saw in Bloody Mary about how he had that guilt about knowing about Jess and her inevitable demise, because it did happen. And it's also just a case of, like, I would say months have passed between Jess's death and this episode, and obviously you're still going to be a bit cautious and not fully there in terms of being ready to find a chance again at happiness, etc. Especially if, one could assume that Jess and Sam had a very, very emotionally loving connectivity, one that makes him happy every 24/7 basically. So you can't really it's just a case of I don't know if I'm fully ready to be there, and hence why there was that, like, I'd say I wouldn't say defeated, but more sad approach to the car, because of the fact that there is still Jess on his mind, even though there are those baby steps he can take in terms of trying to find happiness again, but it's all a matter of time before he's able to do that again. So I did like how they gave Sam that bit of growth in terms of testing the waters, seeing if he can move on, and and also how it resonates to that cursed feeling that he definitely does feel with what happened to Jess and his mother and Laurie, and how she felt cursed because of how everyone, not just how everyone got hooked, but also how it was later explored in the episode about the disapproving vibes that she had against the other person. So, yeah, and how that was devastating. So, but it was pretty fun. I loved this, and I'm loving Supernatural more and more, so awesome stuff. But I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my media feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time. Toodles!